Good Wednesday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Studios with your weather update here on your May the 20th, 2026. Well, things are starting to get a little interesting out there, getting some rain to bubble up here across parts of Georgia here for this afternoon. And don't worry, if you don't get any rain today, I'm sure there are future opportunities for you ahead as we have very high and elevated rain chances straight through the Memorial Day weekend. Now, before we get into this full update, if you're new here to our YouTube channel and you live anywhere here across North Georgia, let me quickly introduce myself. I'd like to be your personal weatherman if you please hire me. I'm on a mission to build a professional 24-hour weather channel, and I could sure use your help. Everybody counts. And when you try to do something like this, it's all about the numbers. So please subscribe to the channel, and more importantly, make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted on all future weather updates, as well as any potential live severe weather coverage we'll do when it's called for. All right, let's go ahead and get into this update here for today, shall we? As we're looking at the Brasstown Ball, a lot of clouds out there. Sky's really starting to perk up and bubble up a little bit as we're getting that daytime heating. You know, we're having a very tropical air mass that's going to be sitting across all of North Georgia here for the next week or so, and that's going to allow for, any of that daytime heating really bubble up the atmosphere and set off those showers and thunderstorms, which we're hoping to get and really make a real impact on the drought. Now, looking here in Braselton, Georgia, outside my backyard, it's 88 degrees here. Pretty warm, pretty steamy to say the least, and as well as down toward Lake Lanier as well. As you can kind of see, the sky is getting a little cloudy there as we're going to get some showers and thunderstorms across parts of the region for this afternoon. Now, where is it currently falling? Let's look at the radar here as we're starting to see things begin to bubble up here on the radar. A lot of this is favoring here from the western portions of the state up here, up near Reinhold, coming all the way back down towards Cedartown and Buchanan. You've seen these pretty hefty thunderstorms. They're moving from the southwest to the northeast, generally northeast direction at 10 to 15. You can see a couple of little isolated showers that have formed out ahead of this. So, again, we're expecting this kind of scatter variety here pretty much for everybody here across North Georgia. Again, rain chance is about 30-40%. So some folks will get wet, some folks won't. But like I said, you got better opportunities in the days ahead. So if you don't get it today, you'll get some more in the near future. Look at what's going on here on the satellite imagery. It looks like we got a little bit of maybe a line right here, just a little disturbance that's kind of riding through here a little bit as it's moving into East Tennessee and into North Georgia. Parts up there in East Tennessee got a marginal risk for severe weather, not in our neck of the woods, but we're still going to be looking at a few thunderstorms. There's a regional perspective. You can see things warming up. Look at this. We're already sitting at 90 degrees up there in Toccoa right there. There's 88 down there in Fayette County. See, the rain's cooled it off there, 80 degrees there, and 86 up near Dalton. So it is a warm, steamy day to say the least here across our region. Now, not only are we dealing with the thunderstorms today, this is your day one outlook from the Storms Prediction Center here, not for today, but we're also for the next several days. This will go into your day two outlook, which is, of course, for your Thursday, and in your day three. Again, looking at thunderstorm threat for the entire area. Now, with that being said, that's not to say we couldn't see an isolated severe thunderstorm or two. I think that's possible, but you're definitely going to see some of these storms that'll be, some will be individually strong, and maybe a special weather statement, some 40-mile-per-hour winds, some brief heavy rains, maybe some small hail. That'll be in the cards here just about every day, but no widespread severe weather event is expected. So I'll make sure I'm very clear on that front. All right, let's go get into the forecast models. Let's go ahead and track this here as we're going to be looking at the rapid refresh forecast model. This is a high resolution model we use to kind of get an estimate of what the atmosphere is going to be doing here. So let's take a look at that. Again, watch that little timestamp there in the upper right-hand corner. You can see the 3 o'clock position here. We're going to bubble up some storms here again through this evening and through tonight. And we're going to do it again for tomorrow, too. I mean, we've got some rain around here for tomorrow as well. So, again, just watch out for the showers and storms. And one thing also you got to watch for this time of year is the day-to-day will change a bit depending on where the old outflow boundaries from storms kind of set up from the previous day. They can play bumper cars with each other. So, yeah, we'll get a little bit of that here going into your Friday. And we'll see some more storms going in there into Saturday as well. So, again, we got lots of opportunities for rain here across our region straight through the weekend. As you can just see, just keeps one after another, parade after parade after parade of storms. The good news is going to be on the rainfall front here. I mean, there's some pretty heavy rains here showing up here across the extreme northern counties. Little gaps in between. It really depends on where the storm's set up. But you can see these are going to be high moisture content storms when they go. They can dump a quick amount of rain in a quick amount of period of time. But luckily, they are moving, so we definitely can use it. I think the soil can shake the rain for sure. All right, so we're looking pretty wet here through the weekend. And then our temperature-wise here going in for tomorrow, we'll be mostly in the 80s here across the region, some 70s. But that's going to be pretty much the whole for really straight in next week. Highs in the 80s and 60s. Very little change from day to day as far as the forecast is concerned because of the clouds and the high rain chances each day. So let's go and take a look at our forecast maps here. The one thing you're going to notice on this is a lot of green. That is definitely our color of the day, because it's going to be shaping up that way. So as we go into your tomorrow morning, again, not bad in the morning, but we start bubble up in the afternoon. Yeah, there's the dark green. You got that old boundary that's going to kind of wash out here across our region. So, but pay attention to that dark green. That's greater than 50% chance of rain. You're going to notice that just about every day here. This is Friday, going into Friday afternoon. There you go. High rain chance there again. And that'll continue right through Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday. So right through the entire Memorial Day weekend. And then maybe going toward next week, going toward Wednesday, we may back it off just a little bit. But I'm keeping the very high rain chance every day straight through next week. So for you folks who have been asking for the rain, hoping to get this drought taken care of, hoping to get those lake levels back up, this is definitely our best opportunity to do so here over the next 7 days. So cross your fingers. Hope we get some decent rain amounts here over a wide area across North Georgia. At least that's the way it's currently looking. All right, so here's our forecast here. Day ahead there at Gainesville, 85-67. High 80% chance of showers and thunderstorms likely. I didn't put the Y on there with a U, but that's all right. You get the gist. 85-67 there. And we'll have some scattered storms tonight. Most of those here in the 60s. Very muggy night. And daytime highs tomorrow. A lot of 80s. Now, you folks down there in the southeast from Monroe, Athens, Alberton, your rain chances are a little bit lower. Maybe a little more sunshine, so you're a little hotter down that way into the 90s. But most of all, North Georgia, there we'll see temperatures cooler because of the rain chances. Elsewhere across the southeast, Nashville's checking in at 80, as well as Memphis with some scattered storms. 90 down in Columbus. Columbia, once again, the hot spot at 94, 88 in Mobile, 85 in Jackson. And the rest of the 7-day forecast, like I said, very high elevated rain chances straight through into early next week. I back it up to 60% by Wednesday, but we pretty much hold temperatures in the 80s and 60s every day straight through the weekend. So it's a pretty easy forecast when you see something like this. But again, haven't seen a prolonged period like this for some time of high rain chances. So with all that rain around, folks, you got to download our free weather app. We got to get 10,000 folks on here, folks, to help us out to get a potential sponsor for this thing, help pay for the data fees. So if you haven't done so, go to the North Georgia Majestic Weather there on the Apple Store or Google Play. There's the QR code. You can scan that on your phone right now and download that. It's a great app. It's one of the best ones in the business, okay? It'll show you where the rain is. It'll alert you when the rain's within, a few miles of your location, alert you of lightning nearby. Obviously, the severe weather alerts, hour-by-hour forecast, as well as a future cast for where that rain is heading. So go ahead and download this free weather app and make it part of your weather arsenal, weather tool there. It's a great tool to have there. And we're going to make it better, too, by the way, as we kind of bring on some additional capabilities. I'm actually working on the streaming channel right now, working on it to hopefully have that up in June. So that'll also be part of the app. They'll have a continuous weather channel that'll be streaming there that you guys can check out on the weather app. All right, that's it for now. You guys take it easy. And again, if you haven't subscribed, we could sure use your help, brother. Come on board. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're alerted on all future weather updates. All right, you guys take it easy. Be good, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow for the weekend edition. I'll be taking 4 days off. I need a little bit of a break for Memorial Day, and we'll get you ready for the weekend to see if there's any big changes on our forecast front. You guys take it easy. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.